All of this, and we have these other bodies that we're not aware of, is the reason why we're not able to make the connection with our dreams. We think we're having nightmares. All of these is all a part of our quasi bodies, our what we call soul initiation of the soul, because you have an astral body, an ethereal body, casual body, emotional body. You have many splits that took upon you from post-traumatic stress growing up. All of these is always in existence because of time. We're in a time zone with a Time Lord that, like I told you, you're not actually moving in time. Time stays still. So it's always this thing called memory that's able to go back to that day, that moment, because it still exists. Even sometimes in meditation, you could go through your time zone and see yourself at the moment, like me standing here walking just like this talking. It still exists. It didn't stop. Me going home in an hour and doing something doesn't mean this still is not me walking there and it don't exist. Everything exists. You take a picture of yourself today and look at yourself, and then take a picture of you 10 years ago and look at yourself. That's not the same person. You're a whole different person. So spirits come down on you all the time, and you're just a vessel for it to work through. But you're not going to notice it. You're just the consciousness, because through it, you're the conscious experience of everything. But in it, there's forces acting upon you that you're not conscious of. I'll give you a great example so you understand that. Puberty. Everybody gets this goat voice when they hit around 12, 13, or when the hairs on their pubic hair start growing. Your voice change and you start sounding like the goat. That's why they have the goat. And they call it the goat because it's the right symbol for it, because of the moon. It's the energy of the Osiris and Isis coming together and uniting to start the activation of the chakras. And so they call it the goat, as it is the moon, who is Nanar Sin. If you look in Sumarian lexicon, is also represented by a horned being. This horned being is who y'all call the devil, but in actuality, if you look at Michelangelo picture of Moses, you see Moses has the horns on his head. There's a picture with him because he symbolizes the moon god's Nanar Sin. So you got to realize sin is not actually the term. That's where they got it from, because actually it's Sumerian writing. It's the oldest writing there is. And so if you look at who sin was a god. It was never a term meaning to do something offensive to God. You know, there's no such thing as all that stuff. Man made that up to put morals into society so that we won't use our magic, our intentions, and live good, productive life. Because there is a lot of stuff you could use these planetary bodies for. That's why people do Wicca, witchcraft, and it was so prevalent in the past that they had to destroy it, because it's real. And so, us now, when you see them worshiping the sun and building these calendars to the sun, it's actually to get these energies back on them. They feed and balance themselves out with the energies. If you ever look at the Egyptian pictures, especially the one where she have her hands up in the air, and then you see the sun over it with the rays, with the hands on the rays, and you see those little entities that's coming in her hands. She's collecting them. Just like you see the pictures I show you with my hands in the clouds, holding up these little terracotta dolls that I call them, really. But these are the spirits, the forces. And so you got to realize when you do these sitting in the sun and you balancing out your chakras, you're tuning yourself with your circadian rhythm in the sense of your color and sound. It's a high-pitched sound going off when you go out into the sun that makes, I don't know for everybody, and I do believe so because it's genetics. And if you have genetics on you, I'm not saying anybody specific genetics, just DNA you're made of. It actually is an interactive particle that transforms in the sun. So it's like it will be closing and opening flaps that will open and close as you go in the sun. But if you sit there and start melting, and start turning into liquid form, then it turns to gas, then it becomes like a gas, cloudy, see-through magnetic field that we call the unified field that you're doing because you're actually resonating the harmonics of the Earth's magnetic field that make your skin have a wave over it. Your magnetic field starts to wave and expand, and now it comes one with your aura. And so this is how all of this is able to come together, and you're able to tap into not just yourself, to take a journey through that wave, that's when you're riding in what's called the astral world, or the magnetic field as I see it. And this starts your journey throughout your body, where you would go through your esophagus, down your throat, and you will see not your actual organs. Everything has changed now into the wave. It forms like a being that you see. These is what you see in your dreams, and these is what you encounter in your nightmares that you don't want to face.